my baby gorillas, and we're talking about the Prime Minister's Bojo's Bridge from southwest Scotland to Northern Ireland, and whether or not that's a good idea. The Johnston bonkers plan for £15 billion bridge derailed by engineers. That's a headline in The Guardian. The Irish Sea Bridge would just be another Boris folly. Well, I actually think that it's actually the correct thing is to have a crossing. I think that's correct. But I think there should be tunnels, just the same as the Channel Tunnel for both traffic and also for rail. Because obviously Boris is doing this infrastructure and getting this new rail structure in place. Although it's only doubling the speed of the trains, I think we should be looking for trains that are going about 300 miles an hour between the locations. That would certainly expedite the journeys. But there's munitions in the North Sea. After the Second World War, the British military establishment dumped millions of tons of munitions, and there's actual munition bombs and other munitions down at the North Sea between Stranraer and Belfast, basically just east of Belfast. And what is the best solution? So I would suggest that a tunnel. Now the BBC have covered this. Boris Johnson's bridge or two tunnels could link. So Boris is potentially looking at that. This is in the BBC. Let me just, this is the BBC from, it doesn't actually give you a date. So BBC, the government has started looking at the idea of building a bridge linking Scotland and Northern Ireland in December. PM said the road between the two countries joined together would be a very interesting idea. But he's already developing the new rail infrastructure, and it would be better with a road and rail tunnel between Scotland and Belfast down towards. It should be travelling southwest instead of northwest from Stranraer. So it's coming in about Belfast. And then travelling down obviously probably to Dublin, and then there should be a second road and rail link from southern East Ireland to Wales and coming in to Swansea and Cardiff down so that the rail could do a loop round through Belfast and Dublin and then down through Swansea and Cardiff down towards London. And this could actually save a lot of greenhouse gases. This would obviously be more environmentally friendly possibly than the planes. If the actual cost per passenger was kept at a reasonable price, £20-30, then this could be very advantageous for the whole country. Obviously once it's built, it could be, the cost can be put over a number of years, and it probably wouldn't cost that much. So I agree, but I don't think, because of the weather in that location, I'm very familiar up there by, we used to go down and spend a lot of time in islands off the west coast of Scotland, and the weather is horrendous sometimes. It's very exposed to the Atlantic, and the fact is that there is very high winds, so the road 22 miles would be closed in a significant amount of times, whereas a bridge, both rail and car, would actually be probably free flowing. So maybe a bridge one direction, so there'd probably be two road bridges going in each direction and a rail bridge. So PM said a road between the two countries. Obviously if you've got this new high-speed rail, the good thing when it would come up from Manchester, maybe up to Glasgow and out the tunnel, they would give the opportunity for this high-speed rail to go to Belfast and to Dublin. So that would certainly be of interest. In January, the Institute of Civil Engineers said that they came up with an even better plan. They said that they would dig two high-speed rail tunnels under the Irish Sea to link the four countries. Well, I think there should be a rail and a road, and maybe even some sort of pedestrian crossing somewhere you could maybe cycle across. You could probably cycle 22 miles relatively easily. I think walking it would take would be a bit of a stretch, but certainly between the two countries you could definitely cycle. So cycling, some sort of cycle lane, one-way traffic going one way traffic going another, and two rail links between them for the high-speed rail links. So the engineers said there was 2 high-speed rail tunnels under the Irish Sea to link up the 4 countries. So I would suggest that there should also be tunnels for cars as well. The 2 tunnels could run from Scotland to the Isle of Man, and from the Isle of Man to County Down in Northern Ireland. The distance from distance from Scotland to the Isle of Man is only about 50 miles. So that would certainly tie up Scotland, Isle of Man and Belfast. So I would definitely think that that's a good idea. I think there has to be 2 tunnels from Scotland to Northern Ireland, obviously the cultural links that we've got with them, and it would certainly expedite the full process as well. So yes, I would suggest that Boris doesn't go for the bridge and actually goes for the road and rail tunnels from Stranraer right the way through. I think it's only 22 miles over, and they could do, or they could go via Stranraer, via Isle of Man, and then over to Northern Ireland. But either way, I would suggest that a tunnel is probably going to be more advantageous than a bridge, and it would probably then mitigate the problems of having these munitions down under the ground, so, or in the channel where the actual people have got to work, so which could be very hazardous, whether just now or in the future, if there is stanchions there and movements of these munitions. So that's my thoughts on that. I think Boris has to look again at the bridge idea, and we should probably be going for tunnels from Stranraer right the way through to Northern Ireland. 22 miles of tunnel is probably going to be easier to do than even the bridges, and potentially cost less money. Well, I hope you found that interesting, guys.